Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be looking at a coal power plant that you can see in front of us here. But before we do begin, I want to say a couple things. One, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and the video because it does really help the channel grow and does recommend the channel to new viewers, which again, like I said, helps the channel grow. But then also, I have a quick word from our very first sponsor of the channel. This video is proudly sponsored by Ace Defender. Ace Defender is a high-quality SRPG game that combines toon-based RPG battle with tower defense elements. The game has more than 40 chapters and more than 40 heroes to play as. Every hero comes with an in-depth background story, and heroes are being added every 2 weeks. They just introduced a new hero called Brenda the Demon Spear. Brenda has the ability to deal massive damage in battles while also limiting her opponent's damage. They also introduced the Realm of Deities. Here you can build your castle, develop technology, and train soldiers to conquer the city for treasure. Ace Defender also comes with different gameplay modes to fit each player's playstyle. They have PvE, where you explore dungeons, regions, engage in trials, or just level up your heroes to collect rare items. Or you can choose PvP game modes where you fight against other players within your server or across different arenas. Use my link in the description to download Ace Defender and receive 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing level 8 chapter 2. Download Ace Defenders today and see why so many others have started playing it. So I do want to thank Ace Defender for being the very first sponsor on the channel, but let's get into the actual video itself now. So the video that we're going to be looking at here and the building that you're going to see, this is a coal power plant. Now you might be wondering, why do I have a coal power plant? Especially if you saw my old video, I won't even say old, but it's like a couple weeks at this point. But you saw that I did have a whole bunch of fuel generators in that giant building over there. Now the reason why I have a coal power plant here is because one, I just kind of had the room for it. It doesn't have to be a massive building, but then it does just give us a little bit more power, you know, in case of a backup emergency, if fuel goes down. So that's kind of the idea here. Now I will say, when in full, transparency, this isn't my favorite design for an entire building I've ever made. I don't think it looks bad. I just don't think it's the best looking building I've made. I think I definitely want to make some improvements. And one of the next builds I actually want to work on for a coal power plant is actually making kind of like an oil rig. I want to look at doing something similar to that because I think that'd be a really cool concept for a video. So I just got to figure out a good design for that, and then I will share that with you guys. But let's start on the exterior. So to get coal into this building, what we're going to do is one thing that we're using a lot in this kind of build in this world is using trucks. So what we're going to do is, you can see here, coal drop off will come in with the truck and then drop off that coal here, and then it will just exit through the same entrance point, and then it will go down to wherever it needs to go to collect more coal, is kind of the idea here. And then if we come to the front door, one, you can see where these pipes are going to be coming into the building carrying water. So these pipes are actually coming from the train station. Now I will say, I think I'm going to change that to where anything that is power related that needs water will come from a nearby water source instead of coming from the train. That one gives us a little bit more space to free up for actual oil coming in that we can actually distribute and then have plenty of excess just in case of a train outage or something. So then we will just have the pipes coming directly from another source other than the train at some point, I think is the other idea. But then we come into the lobby and we can see these giant power banks. Now these power banks are here, one, kind of for aesthetic purposes, but then from the outside we can actually see, what is their level of charge. And then again, it just kind of fills up the lobby a little bit more. Then you can see the pipes still overhead of us going into the individual rooms. Now we are using the Mark II pipes, and then each Mark II pipe will actually feed a total of, I think it's 11 or 12 refineries. And so pretty much all we need is just one, Mark II pipe going into each room is the idea here. So then if we come into here, you can see that we just have all the pipe. Now for some reason, I need to figure this out. The truck that was actually supposed to be dropping off coal is dropping off fuel for some reason, so I need to figure out why it's doing that. But if we come down all the way to the other end, you can see here is where the coal should be coming in from the truck station. It should be getting sorted through the different filtering systems. For some reason it's not, so I'll need to look into that. But then that will just sort into all the other refineries, and then again you can see the water up above. And then we can just come all the way down to here, and we can go up to the next level. So one thing I'm trying not to do is fly around as much. I've been reading your guys' comments. I read them all the time. So if you do have any feedback for the videos, definitely let me know, because I'm not open, or I am open to feedback. I'm not open to, thinking my way is the right way. I definitely want to hear from you guys. And then we have more power banks here because we kind of had some more room. So one of the better things to add is power banks. Again, it allows me to, if anything goes down, it does keep the power. So why not add as many power banks as you possibly can into extra free space? And then here you can kind of see we're on top of the pipes, just all the refineries. Here we have a total of, I think it's 11 in this room, and then we have 8 in the other room. So actually we don't even need a Mark II pipe for the other one, but we have them anyways just in case. And then we have all these beams up above, just kind of adding some more aesthetic appearance to the builds. And then we'll come through this door. So then we come into the next room here. And again, you can see the similar kind of concept here with the refineries and then power banks. Now, there aren't as many refineries in this build, and that's just because we were limited on space with the rocks over there. So I couldn't really add as many refineries in here. So instead of 11 on the other side, like the other room, we have a total of 8. Then if we come through this door here, you can actually see more of the sorting room that we have for the actual truck station. So again, it's going to drop off that coal, and then that coal will just allow us to, separate all the, different splitters into the rooms they need to go into. And so I need to figure out, again, why it was getting fuel in here, because this actually will be getting fuel as well. Now, the reason for that is just so we can actually power the truck. And since we have the fuel station so close, it kind of makes sense. But this one, it should be going left, should only be coal. So I need to figure out why it's not. But then the others should be sorting, getting into the fuel. And then if we have any excess fuel, it then would go into these storage containers, is the idea here. And then this hallway going all the way down is just here just for aesthetic purposes. This building is actually a very, very simple design, so nothing is really that complicated. It's just really getting water and coal into the building to make sure that we have enough resources is pretty much all it is. It's a very, very simple building, nothing too complicated, like I said. So this video is pretty much over, guys. I know it's kind of a shorter video, but there's really isn't too much to show. So yeah, definitely an interesting build. I definitely want to do like an oil rig type of design. That's been something that's really interesting me for a while now, especially with update 5. So I definitely want to look into that. But if there's any other builds that you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking forward to seeing what do you guys want to see, because that's the most important thing. Also, I do want to point out that the channel did hit 5,000 subscribers. This might have been a couple weeks ago by the time you're watching this and by the time the video releases, but I do want to quickly say thank you to each and every one of you, because it does mean so much, and this wouldn't be possible without all of you continuing to watch and just supporting the channel. So really thank you a lot. It really does mean so much to me. My goal for this year is to reach 10,000, so I think together we can definitely do that. But again, thank you so much for even the 5,000, because it does mean so much to me. And I just want to also say thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys soon for the next video. Bye bye.